Greetings everyone, welcome to Spacing Out. I'm Maureen Elsberry.
And I'm Alejandro Rojas. Thanks for joining us.
As we mentioned in the previous episode, Jason's in the process of moving and getting settled in, but he should be back on the show next week. Alejandro's here to help report the news, so here are some of the space and UFO stories that have made headlines recently. Scientists discovered microorganisms living inside a giant asphalt lake on Earth, which suggests that life could exist in similar environments on other worlds.
Astrobiologists search for life existing in extreme environments known as extremophiles to enhance the understanding of the types of environments in which life can exist. By gaining a better understanding of where life can exist on Earth, scientists are able to expand their search for extraterrestrial life.
Researchers recently studied Pitch Lake on the Caribbean island of Trinidad, which happens to be the largest naturally occurring asphalt lake on Earth. Scientists considered the oil in this roughly 114-acre lake too toxic to support life. But as Live Science explains, now scientists find microbes active within Pitch Lake, dwelling inside water droplets as small as 1 microliter, about 1/50th the size of an average drop of water.
Dirk Solch-Makic, astrobiologist and co-author of this recent study, explains each of these water droplets basically contains a little mini ecosystem. Environmental microbiologist Rainer Mackenstock, the study's lead author, believes the microbes most likely were enclosed in droplets in the deep subsurface and ascended together with the oil.
This discovery is potentially good news for the possibility of life on Saturn's moon Titan, which Solch-Makic explains has hydrocarbon lakes on its surface. Live Science explains that water-ammonia mixtures may rise up to Titan's surface from below, just as the water found in droplet form in Pitch Lake is thought to have.
Solch-Makic was part of another recent study that asserts the Milky Way is home to 100 million planets that could support alien life, and not just simple microbial life, but complex alien life. The findings from this research were published in the August 8th issue of the journal Science.
On July 17th, local news reporters covering a wildfire in Western Canada inadvertently got more than they were looking for. 37 seconds into their news report, they show a clip of a water tanker dropping fire retardant, and above the mountain an object can be seen shooting out of the clouds across the sky.
The video changes to another clip before the object can be seen leaving the field of view of the camera. The video was captured by the website castanet.net, a news site that covers Western Canada. They recently posted an article about the attention the UFO is getting in their video. In it, they say the original witness reported that the UFO shot out from the clouds above the mountain during a forest fire near our neighborhood. It pulled a wisp of cloud with it as it exited.
Explaining how he discovered the UFO in the video, the witness states, "I was watching a video online of a fire from a little earlier in the day, and I spotted the UFO 37 seconds into the video. I have no idea whether anyone else has noticed this or not. Most focus would be focused on the fire."
He continues, 37 seconds into the video, the UFO comes shooting out from a cloud right above the mountain and passes through a clear spot back into the next cloud. I was quite startled and surprised when I saw it.
The fire was near West Kelowna, about 225 miles northeast of Vancouver. Castanet News did not offer any suggestions as to what it was they thought they caught on video. However, people have suggested that it could be a bolide, which is a bright fireball or meteor.
We reached out to MUFON's chief photo and video analyst, Mark D'Antonio, who sent us the following analysis. I am convinced that this was a really good find. It is an Earth grazer, a meteor that approaches the atmosphere at a shallow angle and continues on, skipping off the atmosphere back into space. Some of them will slow down enough to become trapped and fall to Earth, but they many times just skip on off and keep going. This one does indeed show a vapor trail as it moves through. It does come out from behind the cloud, and it moves at a speed completely consistent with Earth grazers. You can read more of Mark's analysis at openminds.tv.
A Winnipeg-based group compiles UFO sighting data to publish annual reports of UFO activity in Canada. A new report issued by this group looks at UFO sighting reports in Canada during the past 25 years.
Ufology Research has compiled Canadian UFO reports since 1989 in an attempt to promote the dissemination of information across the field of ufology. On August 15, 2014, to celebrate the group's 25th anniversary, Ufology Research released a special edition of the Canadian UFO Survey that looks at the group's complete database of sightings, which includes more than 14,600 sighting reports.
CTV News explains that the study shows a growing number of unexplained sightings over the years, with the majority in British Columbia and Ontario. According to the study's data, 13% of the UFO sightings reported during the past 25 years were left unexplained.
The report includes some of the more remarkable UFO sightings from the past 25 years. Here is one example from December 28, 1991 in London, Ontario. It reads, "The pilot of a commercial airliner at 33,000 feet was surprised when the airborne avoidance collision radar detected 3 objects directly ahead of his plane. The objects moved to beside the aircraft at a range of 6 miles, then followed the airliner. The objects then flew away." Toronto ATC reported the objects on radar as well, though nothing visual was ever seen.
Ufology Research Director Chris Rutkowski believes this is simply a phenomenon that's real, that people continue to report. And I believe that science should take a better look at what's going on because the data suggests the phenomenon isn't going away. The 1966 Westall UFO incident is hailed by some as one of the best mass UFO sightings of the modern UFO era, but recently discovered government documents have some suspecting that the UFO is actually a government research balloon.
The incident occurred on the morning of April 6, 1966 in the Australian suburb of Clayton South in Melbourne near Westall High School. Hundreds of students, staff, and nearby residents watched a strange object hover, land, and quickly fly away.
Witnesses described the craft as a silver or gray shining object shaped like a saucer or a cup turned upside down on top of a saucer. The UFO was reportedly accompanied by 5 light aircraft. According to the witnesses, the incident lasted 20 minutes.
Some report that men in uniforms arrived at the location of the craft's landing, removing extensive soil samples. Some witnesses even claim that these unidentified men in uniforms scorched the landing area to eliminate any potential evidence of the UFO's presence. And the Dandenong Journal reported that students and staff have been instructed to talk to no one about the incident.
Witnesses were and still are adamant that what they observed was absolutely not a light aircraft or weather balloon, but based on recently uncovered documents, some believe the balloon is actually the culprit. Unexplained phenomenon researcher Keith Basterfield believes a rogue balloon from the HIBAL or High Altitude Balloon Project is likely the explanation for the Westall UFO, and more specifically, he thinks it was HIBAL Flight 292.
The HIBAL project was reportedly a joint U.S.-Australian initiative between 1960 and 1969 to monitor atmospheric radiation levels. The project accomplished this by using large silver balloons with payloads of sophisticated sensors. Basterfield formulated his hypothesis after reviewing all available documentation, including what he unearthed with Freedom of Information searches.
The Herald Sun explains documents held by the National Archives and former Department of Supply indicate one test balloon launched from Madeira may have been blown off course and came down in Clayton South in a paddock near Westall High School, alarming and baffling hundreds of eyewitnesses, including teachers and students.
The Herald Sun points out that despite government records of several HIBAL test flights, the paperwork for the launches scheduled for the day before Westall appear to have been lost or destroyed. Basterfield comments, "What is strikingly missing is a memo reporting on the actual 4 launches for April 1966, one of which was scheduled for April 5th, 1966, the day before Westall. So we have no official knowledge of where Flight 292 went."
The 1966 Westall UFO incident was recently commemorated with a $150,000 UFO-themed playground that features a nearly 11-foot-high large silver flying saucer that can accommodate up to 7 children. It is trimmed with blue LED lights and is loosely based on what witnesses saw in 1966. Despite claims of discovered government documents, many, including those who witnessed the UFO in 1966, are sure to find the HIBAL hypothesis hard to swallow. And I've got to say, I have a little bit of a trouble swallowing this hypothesis as well, just because it doesn't quite add up to everything the witnesses were saying. And now we do have a little bit of conflicting reports where not all witnesses reported that these 5 light aircraft were following it. Not all reported that there were strange people trying to dig through soil samples. And I'm not saying that Flight 292 of the Highball Project is an absolutely insane idea to suggest for this. I just don't know if I buy it yet. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it's interesting. I think he found a possible explanation, but we don't know where this flight could have gone. It could have gone anywhere. And the pictures he has are interesting because the object looks kind of UFO-ish, but we don't know for sure. I mean, it's a possibility, but you need a lot more information to know for sure. One thing I know for sure is I would love to play on that playground when it's done.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Looks awesome.
I think, and there's always the hint that if documents are missing suspiciously, is this some sort of cover-up that the government wants them to believe it's a UFO, but secretly it was this weather balloon project? Who knows?
Yeah, what's with those missing files? That's weird.
I don't know. I'm trying to add a little more to the conspiracy fire
that
here.
makes it more fun.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's it for this episode of Spacing Out. Remember to visit our website, openminds.tv, for all the latest UFO news. And you can download our podcast, Open Minds UFO Radio, hosted by this guy, at iTunes or at openminds.tv/radio. And if you're interested in learning more about the UFO phenomenon, check out the broad range of informative video lectures we have available to rent or purchase in the new Open Minds UFO video portable. Also, don't forget to register for the 2015 International UFO Congress, which is the largest annual UFO Congress in the world. It takes place February 18th through the 22nd in Fountain Hills, Arizona. All the events information is at ufocongress.com.
If you enjoyed today's show, make sure to click on the like button, leave us your comments, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks again for joining us today. I'm Alejandro Rojas.
And I'm Maureen Elsberry. We'll see you in the future.